Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Griefdrums, and welcome back to another video of Top 3 Tips of the Week. As the name suggests, this is a video series in which I break down 3 tips each week to hopefully help assist you in your game. If you want to get involved, please submit all of your tips and tricks to my Discord. Include pictures, videos, anything you have, and hopefully it'll make it into a future episode. The link will be down in the description below. So the first tip for this week is going to be mined from Reddit. I found about 4 or 5 posts about this, so I don't really know who the originator is or who to credit for it. But nevertheless, what an awesome utilization of Maverick's blowtorch. This is so effective and so handy. Initially, I was playing him and thinking, well, he's no good as a hard breacher at all. But look how quick and easy that is. It utilizes about one of the, I think he's got 5 fuel cans at the minute in total. It says 4 at the bottom, but obviously when it says 0 remaining, you've still got 1 full torch left. This takes one of those to make a hole that you can actually transition through. Now, you don't want to aim down sights when you're doing this because it moves really, really slowly and it just wastes even more gas. Instead, you just want to essentially hip fire it, but still utilize it as slow as you can with the mouse. It takes a bit of practice. There's no lying there. There's no doubt about it. It took me a couple of goes to make sure I got this right. I was just making all sorts of weird and wonderful art initially, but after a few goes and a couple of practices, it becomes really, really easy. And the speed in which you can get into a room utilizing this is phenomenal. It leaves a lot of gas, and as you can see, I didn't even use a full torch to do that one. I could still have a little bit left. So what you want to do is aim just a little bit higher than yourself once you're crouching, go in a circular motion, nice and slow and smooth. If you go too fast, it doesn't burn all the way through. If you go too slow, you're actually wasting the gas. So as I say, go away and practice, but definitely give this a go because it is insanely effective. As if Maverick wasn't strong enough, he's now just got a hell of a lot stronger. So tip number 2 for this week is going to be over on Oregon. Now, how often have you seen valkyries placing cameras in weird and wonderful places to try and cover this first floor lobby when you're playing downstairs? I know that I have seen some incredibly inventive cameras that don't really do a whole lot and they're not very well hidden. So I decided to go over there, have a little bit of a play around and just run around for about 10 minutes trying to find the best place to put it. Find what views you get, what angles you get, and this is what I came up with. I really like this camera. I think it's pretty well hidden. It's directly over the light. And although the lighting seems a little bit off on the TTS, it also works over on the main game. Now, I will say this, the lighting is terrible on the TTS at the minute. I don't know what's going on with it, but I've just gone and tried this on the original game, the actual main build, and it works even better because it hides it even better. But look at the view you get. You can look all the way to that double door and you can't actually see the camera from out there because it's looking at legs. It gives you the intel you need but doesn't tell the attackers exactly where it is. Now, full credit, it's not going to show you exactly where people are on the stairs, but you can see them move towards and you can tell when they're going down the stairs. Now, I've walked past this several times and I've never ever even looked at that light, so I wouldn't check it for a Valk cam. I don't know about yourselves, but if you're deploying this, try and aim just below the light. If you aim actually on it, you will throw the camera too high. So aim the reticle just below it and it will land on there perfectly every single time. If you do happen to miss it, you can vault up onto this bench just to the side just to get your cameras back, but it's pretty handy. Tip number 3 is going to take us over to Skyscraper. Now, for those of you that were in my live stream yesterday, you will have seen me discover this. A lot of people like to try and hold this angle, defenders to try and cover the geisha, and a lot of attackers like to try and utilize these stairs to try and push the site and to add another path that they can pinch from. So that then gets me thinking, what is the best way to defend against all of this happening, whether you're an attacker or a defender? What's the best way to counter it? Because that is, let's face facts, how tips and things are discovered in this game. If attackers are pushing these stairs, all this floor below it is actually destructible. So why not utilize that? So by going down to the pantry just downstairs, coming over to this section here and opening this section of roof, it doesn't need to be with a deagle. I'm just doing it for those purposes. You can do it with absolutely any rifle or any gun in the game. But look at that. You get a view all the way up those stairs for anyone that is potentially pushing onto them, be it a defender or attacker. If you know that a defender has gone round to there to try and cover, you can push underneath and take him out. It's so effective. It really, really is. It's such a cheeky angle. As an attacker, if you're pushing through here, you're not going to really be paying much attention to that, certainly if it's got barbed wire on it. But let's face facts, as an attacker, you don't really want to be turning around and looking down that hole as you're trying to push up the stairs, because what if someone is coming from just in front of you? You don't really want to be backing up the stairs,
potentially exposing yourself to anyone that's through here. So that's a pretty cheeky angle. Obviously there are plenty of other options by coming downstairs with this floor being so destructible, and you can open up other sections like this. By pre-firing this area, you potentially catch any defenders that are looking across those stairs towards the geisha room. And the other option is, as a defender, you can open up all sorts of weird and wonderful angles. This one here didn't give too much of a great line of sight, but the one just through in this section here, you can cover against the door coming from the terrace area, and people aren't going to be looking there. They can't. They have to look ahead of them. So that is well and truly using verticality to your advantage on this map. With the added bonus of being able to cover the kitchen, anyone that's coming in there to try and shift a bandit out of geisha, you can also defend against that from down here, so that's pretty handy. I'm afraid that's all for this week. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking this out. If you enjoyed the video, please consider hitting that thumbs up, and don't forget to tell me which tip was your favourite by commenting the number that was on screen down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, make sure to subscribe or step over by my Twitch and check me out on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. Come by, say hello, come and get involved. It's usually a good laugh, and even if I'm playing terribly, you get to have a laugh at my expense. Until next time though, ladies and gentlemen, stay reckless and relentless.
Boss is dead.
Thank you.